The metal, calling for prices to be up 50% by October. That's not happening for gold yet. So what next? Where do you see this commodity headed?
Well, it has to go up. And once again, predicting when and things happen is the same way with the stock market, because precisely Austrian economics said don't pretend that you know that, because there's an emotional element to it, there's a subjective element on what happens. But there are some economic laws that sets trends. And the economic law that if you have a central bank that prints money out of thin air and creates credit massively, in time, gold goes up in price. But gold really, it's the dollar that goes down. So I've been watching this closely since gold was $35 an ounce, and it has done exactly that. There's been a lot of printing of money, especially since after 1971. But when the Fed took over, it was $20 an ounce. And look at where it's been now. It's been up as high as $1,800. It'll go back there one day, and it's going to be a lot higher because they will not stop printing. The pressure, the political pressure, is too great, so we can expect more monetary inflation, which will push the dollar price of gold up.
So you definitely see $1,900 gold back in the cards or higher?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's just a matter of time. And like I say, that's the difficult problem. But you can anticipate that monetary policy will essentially not change, and that was my point in my article about no matter who Trump appoints, they are going to be part of the system. They are not going to be a Jim Grant who understands what the Fed should not be doing. They're going to just say, well, we're smarter. We'll know that we shouldn't keep interest rates too low too long, and come up with some managerial excuse for having the problem rather than looking at it that the whole system is not sound.
Finally, Dr. Paul, you're a noted libertarian, so I need to get your thoughts on the latest currency in town, Bitcoin. Are you a believer in the cryptocurrencies?
Well, I'd have to qualify the word believable. I think that I take a very strong political position of competing currencies. I wanted to legalize all competing currencies. And if you can come up with a competing currency and there's no fraud, I say all to it, and I think it should be. And I think if the people want it and want to use it, the government should stay out of it. Quite frankly, I don't understand the technology of cryptocurrencies. I just want to make sure that no fraud is involved, but I also am concerned about the government involvement, because if it's a really, really good deal and a good process, rest assured the government will be looking at it very carefully. I think there's probably too much surveillance already on how the currencies are transferred around and the reports that have to be made by the exchanges to the IRS, and that makes me a little bit nervous. So people should be very cautious.
Does it represent real money to you?
Not to me, no, it doesn't. But if it serves the voluntary exchanges of people and being and serving the purpose of exchanging wealth and no frauds committed, it could act as if it were money. But no, I don't consider it money. I was raised in an era where, the gold coin standard was most important, where if the official money of the country is pieces of paper, you should always be able to go to the bank or to a government agency and get a coin for it. And that's the way it used to be. So I don't think it has quite met that test.
Some say that Bitcoin is stealing the thunder away from gold, and that's one of the reasons the yellow metal is not rallying further. Do you agree with this?
Well, I think that's a very strong possibility. I mean, people are loving the bubble in the stock markets. The bubble in the bonds market is not as exuberant as it has been. But this is I'm amazed at the amount of capitalization on all these cryptocurrencies. It's a huge amount of money. So yes, I think that would distract, and only time will tell if it's going to survive as something they called money. I think the process that they have, the blockchain, it sounds to me like that technology has a lot of future to it, but that doesn't mean that everybody is going to be going to the store and using Bitcoins. I think only time will tell us how practical it will be.
Dr. Paul, thank you so much for your thoughts today. It was good catching up with you.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
And thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow.